Mono Quantum is looking like it's going to be the best team in Honkai Star Rail, so today I'm going to go over each character on the Mono Quantum team and how they're going to work together. And the last character I'm going to go over is by far the most important, so definitely watch until the end for that. So firstly, I'm going to start with the newest addition to Honkai Star Rail. Either she's coming out soon when you see this, or she'll already be out. It is Fu Xuan. Fu Xuan is going to serve as our main defensive character, as well as a little bit of support for her allies. Now, the main benefits of running Fu Xuan as a defensive character here is that she's able to absorb a percentage of the damage that her allies will take and apply it to herself instead, which is going to be really nice because it seems that she will likely be a more like HP-centric character for her builds. So that's definitely going to be very good for her. Then, through her skill, her Matrix of Prescience, she also does boost the team's max HP and crit rate, which is very good because the increased max HP is just going to improve survivability, even through the damage absorption. And then also, her boosting their crit rate, that's just going to allow for some better damage more consistently once we get to our DPS option. And then also, the last thing that makes Fu Xuan really great is that her being a preservation character, that means she has the highest aggro value, which means that she is going to be the most likely for enemies to attack. And this gets even better too when we go into our next character here, which is going to be the other newcomer on Fu Xuan's banner, being Lynx. So Lynx's main role is going to be our healer on this team. So she will provide some pretty great healing. I know she also has some continuous healing in her kit as well, which will be very nice, similarly to how Natasha can apply continuous healing under certain conditions. And also, having an AoE cleanse on Lynx is definitely going to make her very valuable. And also, the Mono Quantum team having a cleanse option is going to be very good, so that you can deal with any of those really annoying debuffs that might come your way. As well as, Fu Xuan's Major Trace being able to give the entire team a crowd-controlled debuff resistance, which is really nice. But the main thing that makes Lynx amazing for this team, and especially with Fu Xuan, which is why I wanted to talk about her first, is that whenever Lynx uses her skill on a destruction or preservation character, she increases their likelihood to be attacked. And since Fu Xuan is going to be preservation, going to be very tanky, this is going to be really good because more attacks will be focused towards Fu Xuan. And that's going to help out the team a lot as well. So Lynx, having that really good synergy with Fu Xuan, and then also just being a very solid healer for the team, to keep everyone alive. Then next up, we're going to go into our DPS spot. And I'm going to talk about two characters in one here because you can use either option. You have Seele, if you've been playing since day one and you have her on your account. Or if you don't have Seele, or if you don't have your Seele built and you're not trying to build her soon, but you already have this other character built, you can try Qingque as well. Both of them are going to be very strong DPS characters. They do have, their own pros and cons. I do think that if both characters are E0, Seele will be more viable, but I do think once you have E4 Qingque or higher Eidolons, she's going to become very valuable as well. And with the way the game is leaning more towards having to target multiple enemies with your attacks and just having multiple enemies on the field at a time, I do think in the long run, Qingque is just going to become more valuable, especially if you have Eidolon 4 or above on her. And the best part about these DPSs is that they are going to be buffed by Fu Xuan's crit rate bonus for the entire team. So they'll be able to more consistently do their best damage. And this is great because, for these DPSs, you're going to be building, you're going to have a good amount of crit rate, so Fu Xuan will just make them more consistent, and then they should have a good amount of crit damage as well. So being able to get those really hard hits in and have more consistency for those really strong crits is going to be really great. And then, to top it all off for these DPSs, Seele having her Resurgence, being able to defeat an enemy and then get another attack that's part of the same turn to retain the buffs that she had in that turn, is very good. Plus, For Qingque's side, once you get her follow-up attack on E4, that's going to make her damage even better. You're just having that chance to basically do double damage, so it is definitely very solid there. Then, for the last character for Mono Quantum, and from the characters I talked about, you probably have seen this coming by now, but the last character is Silverwolf. If you don't have Silverwolf, your Mono Quantum team is just not going to work. Because if you run into enemies, and I'm sure there's plenty of enemies in the game, especially once you get through like Memory of Chaos, that don't have a quantum weakness. And if your enemies have a quantum weakness already, then like sure, you can run a Mono Quantum team without Silverwolf. But if they don't have that weakness, it's going to be really hard to be able to get through these enemies. Even with Fu Xuan sustain and whatnot, like you'll live, but not being able to weakness break is definitely going to hinder you a bit. And what makes Silverwolf so amazing on a Mono Quantum team is that, while with other Mono teams, she's able to, change the weakness and have that really good chance of changing it to the type of the Mono team that you're running. For those other Mono teams, for every other element but Quantum, you have a 50% chance of it being the type that you want, and then the other 50% of being Quantum for Silverwolf. But because Silverwolf is Quantum, if you run a Mono Quantum team, every time you use her skill to change the enemy's weakness, you're going to have it become Quantum. And that's really huge because because I'm pretty sure for this team, you'll probably have Silverwolf likely be your fastest character. So in that case, you're just going to get that weakness to Quantum, and then you can start weakness breaking. Whether it be with, Lynx's basic attack if you don't need to heal with her. Your DPSs will do their attacks. If you're in a situation where Fu Xuan is able to basic attack, like you're just always going to be lowering that weakness bar on enemies with this team, which is going to be really huge. Plus, Silverwolf is able to debuff enemies really effectively with not only her bugs, but then her all types resistance shred as well. So she's just going to be able to do that for the team. Plus, also with your DPSs, you're going to be running the Quantum set, and with the 4-piece Quantum set for relics, you do get some Quantum resistance shred as well. So overall, being able to guarantee that your entire team can weakness break in any situation is really insane. And I do think that fact, along with how strong a lot of these Quantum characters are, in Fu Xuan, Lynx, Seele Qingque, and Silverwolf, I do think that Mono Quantum is absolutely going to be the best team in the game, and I think it's only going to get better once we get more Quantum characters added. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you all think. If I manage to get Fu Xuan on my account, I'll definitely be using this team, giving my thoughts on actually using it, since this is all purely speculation, since Fu Xuan is not out yet on the NA servers. But with that, everyone, I want to thank you all for watching. Definitely be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell, but I will see you all next time.